Good morning, students. Welcome to your writing workshop lesson. Today is Monday, September 14th. You will need a pencil and your writing journal or notebook paper. Let's look at our learning objectives for today. I will explain the concept of writing a conclusion for a narrative. We will learn what a conclusion is and the importance of a conclusion for a narrative. You will write your conclusion and add it to the draft of your narrative. Look at these names of the characters in the Mesmer Menace. What makes the following characters' names memorable? Wally Kennywicket, Calypso, Noodles, Melvin, Priscilla or Prissy, and Theodore Roosevelt. When I say go, I want you to pause the video and write down the reasons why these characters' names are memorable to you. Go. Great job. Did you know that naming characters gives them life? You can think about the names and personalities of the people you know whenever you are trying to create characters for your own stories. This will help you to create characters for your narratives. I had an odd and funny neighbor once. I might use some of her traits for my own characters in my story. I also like to ask my characters questions. For example, how would someone describe your looks or actions? What are you good at? What are you afraid of? What do and don't you want people to know about you? Answering these questions sure does help me understand my characters when I'm writing a story. Remember your writing prompt. There are many different ways to tell a story. Think of all the different kinds of fiction that you have read. Write a story about a character that is on a journey to discover something. Choose a subgenre for your story. Be sure that you include a specific setting, interesting characters, a clearly defined set of events for the conflict, and dialogue that helps develop the story. Follow along while I read this story to you. I jerked my legs up to see if they could reach the top of the box. Success! My feet reached a board above my chest, and with one quick motion, I pushed with all my might. A board creaked, and dust fell on my face. No luck. I thought about how I used to lie on the bottom bunk and push my legs up to bump my brother's top bunk from underneath. I loved to push hard enough to annoy him, but gently enough not to break the boards. These boards, however, needed to break. I pushed again, twice as hard and twice as long, and the board moved an inch, maybe two, before returning to its original position. A waterfall of dust fell through the wooden boards and onto my face and chest, choking me for a moment and causing my eyes to burn. I coughed. I rubbed my eyes. My fear began to turn into panic. Without warning, I heard a slam. It was so close, real close. I paused, held my breath, and listened. Thump, thump. One thing was very clear. I had to get out, and soon. So this story is at a critical point, the climax. The character needs to escape from a trap, and the story needs to end. What conclusion can you suggest? When I say go, I want you to pause the video and take the time to write down your thoughts on what the conclusion for this story should be like. Go now. Welcome back. I am sure you had some wonderful ideas. Remember, a great narrative always follows the proper narrative structure. Your short story or narrative should always end with the falling action and the resolution. Remember to conclude your story within the genre you have chosen. For example, in the Mesmer Menace, Noodles uses Wally's flying invention to save the train from disaster. The flying machine is a good conclusion because the genre is steampunk. Now it's your turn. I want you to continue drafting your narratives. Create a conclusion for your story and add it to your draft. Be sure to turn it in to your teacher through Google Classroom.